Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University on the Dice Tower for Pocket Playthrough video series, where we usually play a few rounds of the game, although we sometimes play full playthrough of the game, like this one.
In this video, we will show you Mission Catastrophe, game designed by Matt Walters and published by Cardboard Alchemy. We're using a prototype copy of the game, and so the rules and components are not final.
Let's get to the table.
Hi everyone, and here we are for our pocket playthrough for Mission Catastrophe. And we are playing in the basic competitive mode. I am playing as this orange alien, Blorp Johnson, who's taken the role of first mate.
And I am T-Tap TikTok as
the quartermaster.
Thank you.
And we are on this soon-to-be doomed ship. We are essentially flying into an asteroid shower, or it's very dangerous, and the ship's going to be getting pelted with meteors and is going to be damaging over time, and it's become every alien for themselves.
Ding, ding, ding.
So the aim of the game is you need to get an oxygen tank, a power pack, navigation codes, and a food rations, and be the first one to get to an escape pod, which is correctly wired up, because only one of them is going to be wired up at a time, and escape. So in order to get these things we need to escape, we either need to get them from the matching coloured room, or we can mine this deck. There's one copy of each card in there. Now, the way the game plays, it sort of plays like your pandemic style firefighting co-op. We're going to be suffering damage each round. Rooms are going to stop being functional when they get too much damage, and you're going to have to repair that and sort of fight the fires that are happening while you meet your objective. But it is very much a competitive game, and the first person to achieve the goals without the ship completely falling apart will be the winner. So each of us has one ability which may come into play during the game. Mine is a green ability, so I can use it from the very start. Stella's is a yellow or red ability, so she has to wait for the ship to start to get more damaged before using it. Okay, we each start with a hand of 3 operations cards. In addition to these cards we need to win, there are some purple cards which have different powers and effects that we can play.
Obviously, I don't see what you have there.
Yes.
And this is my card.
Yep. So the last thing we do as part of setup is we each roll the dice once, and whoever rolls lower goes first, but we also start damaging the ship as part of these rolls.
So you roll lower than me.
Okay, you got 11. Yep. So that means I go first. I get 3 actions, but before that I have to do my normal damage roll to start every turn. So we damage the lab 1 space.
So this actually is counted 1 to 12. Obviously 1, you won't roll 1 with 2 dice, but it might get damaged. You'll see.
Yes. Alright, so the greenhouse is the most damage of the places that gives you the cards you need, so I'm going to go and use that first. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
My turn.
Your turn. And
It's number 5.
Life support.
Oh, speaking about life support, that's where I'm heading. 1, 2, and then I'm going to get
Oxygen.
the oxygen. Thank you. To my hand now. We have a limit of
7 at the end of your turn.
including the things that you collect.
Yes. Okay, I damage the laboratory again. So now no one can use the laboratory's action until it's been repaired. That's okay. I'm not in the mood to use the laboratory. I will go 1, 2, 3 and grab the navigation codes that I need.
My turn. Let's see which one gets damage. 4.
Okay, so it's 4. So a couple things happen here. Firstly, that's doubles, and my power as the first mate is that if doubles are rolled, I can move to an adjacent module.
Very good.
Which gives me, it's a free move whenever there's doubles. I don't want to go into the laboratory because being somewhere that is about to lose its last cube is bad news. So as I've already got the nav codes, I'm going to head down to the sensors. Then we take the last cube from number 4, the laboratory. So there's now no oxygen there. It's been completely damaged. No one can go in there without a spacesuit. and the damage from that building, from that module, cascades to all the adjacent modules.
Orthogonally adjacent.
Yes.
There's no diagonal here.
So the cargo bay loses 1, the crew quarters loses 1, navigation loses 1, and the escape pod connected to the laboratory loses 1 and floats off into space.
Oh no!
So already, we've been running around getting our safety things, but already the ship is
In danger.
starting to fall apart.
Yeah. Well, it's actually good for me. I can activate my power when it gets to yellow.
True.
And we can also, by the way, remote repair the laboratory. Or whatever
Yeah.
that's that, by going there.
From maintenance.
Yes, so continue to my turn. I've got 3. So I'm going to look at this as my first action. So Tarrant doesn't look.
Yep.
So this is the pod number.
Yep.
And I will, second action, I'll go there. And third action is to look at this one.
Okay.
This is what I got.
Yes, always handy to know at least one, because then you can set the fuse to one of those, and I don't know where it
Which
is.
one? Yes.
Okay, nicely played.
Thank you.
So, I will roll for damage. I get a 5. That is life support. Life support is now damaged. That doesn't harm our ability to go around the ship, at least not in this mode of the game. Alright, I am going to start using some of my operations cards. So I'm going to play the EVA, which allows me to move to any other location on the ship. I'm worried about engine room is number 7. It should roll the most times. So I want to get there and get the power pack as soon as I can. So that's one action to play that card. Second action, to take the power pack.
If you actually take it to your hands, not dropping it everywhere.
Yes. And my third action, I'm allowed to pick up a card off the top of the deck as an action. And so that will give me some extra card powers, or in this case, gives me one of the things I need. Unfortunately, I already have that one. If you remember, I went to the greenhouse and collected that. So now I have 2 sets of food rations. At least I know Stella can't pick that one out of the deck. Okay.
Alright, we'll see which one gets damage. Number 10.
Number 10, that is the teleporter where you stand.
Whew.
So one cube, you can still use the module in full. It's only once it is down to one remaining cube that it stops working.
So 1 is to move there.
Yep.
Second is to use operations room or module action, which mine the deck for 3, or
Yep. So you
get the deck for 3.
you get 3 cards from the deck, and you keep one and put the other 2 on the bottom of the deck.
Alright, so I'm gonna use, this is what I get. I'm gonna probably try to get this one, it might be handy. And I have more actions, which I am going to actually, being in teleporter is good, lets me, transport me wherever I want.
Okay. Roll for damage. Number 8.
Oh no!
Navigation. So navigation now doesn't work. I could go into life support and repair it and then get the last card that I need. But one thing I just want to show everybody is that it's really bad to be stuck in a module if it runs out of oxygen when you're there, because you will lose your entire hand. And this is my hand. I've got almost everything I need. I'm back to square one if I lose it all. So it's quite risky to go into an area that has a mid-range number and is low on health. So I want to get some cards to help me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend 1 action to move to maintenance, and then I'm going to spend my next 2 actions drawing cards. Alright, so now I'm up to 8 cards, and at the end of my turn I have to discard down. As I showed before, I've got more food rations than I need, so I'm just going to discard that.
And that's my go.
That's now your go.
Thank you. So 9.
Cargo bay. So the cargo bay is damaged, which actually suits me okay because the cargo bay lets you mine the discard pile for a card you want. And so while that's damaged, Stella can't get food rations from there.
So it needs to be healthy, so at least 2.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm in teleporter, so I might as well use the power. But first, I'm gonna play my space suit over here. So that means I can safely go to damaged models and repair it there without having to worry to lose all my cards.
Yeah, so that's one of the ways that you can be much more protected against what I was just describing before.
And 2 more actions. I will use the module I'm at, teleporter, to move myself to engine room. This is still healthy and this is good. The power pack, thank you. Out of action. So, Tarrant's turn.
We are rolling surprisingly few 7s for the most common thing that comes up. Okay, it's 8. So once again, I can move to an adjacent module, and it's now safe for me to go to life support because I know I can fix that and get out. So I'm going to go there. Then navigation loses its last cube.
Oh no.
And it cascades like before. So sensors are damaged, and this escape pod is damaged and gone.
Oh, down to 4.
Down to 4. We're also now in the yellow, so your power, which is to use the cargo bay remotely, if it's fixed once per turn, is now active. Alright, now it's my turn. I will repair life support. Then I will take the oxygen tank, and then I will look at this escape pod. There we go. I know that's one that Stella knows as well. Now, I once again have 8 cards in my hand, and as you can see, I've got all the ones I need to leave the ship. So I need to keep those intact. I'm going to discard my second power pack. It's even less risk having that in the discard pile because I just saw Stella get one, so she has no motivation to get that out of the discard pile at the cargo bay. Okay,
all right.
Roll. It's 8
It's an
again,
8.
so navigation's already out of oxygen. The meteor just passes through that room.
Yeah. So I want to try to get cards because I think these cards are handy. With any luck, I get more of these, in there, which I didn't. So continue. I will actually try to go here to maintenance. Now, I need food rations and it is a bit far. Maybe I want to try to use my power to actually fix it while I can fix cargo bay. So next turn, then maybe I can mine and get the food ration.
Okay.
That is my 3 actions.
Okay. All right. I will damage number 6, which is the greenhouse.
Whew, lucky I've got it.
And I could move, but as you all saw, I've got the 4 cards I need, and I'm already next to an escape pod that I know, so I'm not going to move. Instead, I am going to hopefully win the game. So I will play Patch Electrical, which will let me set the fuse.
I got an override card to stop you from doing that.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's okay. I've planned for this eventuality. So that's my first action. It gets overridden. But I have a second Patch Electrical. So my second action there is to...
No! Now I've got a quick thinking card. Lucky I've got these.
Okay, so what quick thinking means is that I take my action back. Stella gets to take 1 action. And then I get to go back to my second action.
Right. And with my action, I want to try to steal something from your hand.
Okay. So requisition form 2C is you can steal 1 card from someone in the same or an adjacent module.
Yes,
So
which
that
I am.
is going to ruin my plan. So grab one of the cards.
I've got your food ration. Of course you know what's missing, right?
Okay, yes. So now I'm back down to here. And I have 2 actions left, and the greenhouse is damaged.
Well, looks like I don't need to mine this deck anyway for food rations. Now I got it from you.
Yes, now I need to figure out a way of of getting those. So
This could, just a minute ago, it seems like you almost win.
comes back to my turn. I've still got 2 actions left. And I think the simplest way for me to get the food rations back will be to head to the cargo bay. So 2, 3, and then hopefully I'll be able to mine for those food rations again next turn. Right, I thought I'd won there.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing, isn't it?
All right. And now life support is at risk, so the only escape pod that I know the name of might fly away.
Yeah, so
if another 5 gets rolled.
So if you remember, I've got now 3 out of the 4 cards that I need. The only thing I don't have is navigation code. So I'm going to head towards there. I have a spacesuit, so I can go there without, any risk of losing anything. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. I roll a 7, so the engine room takes its first hit. Now I'm in the cargo bay, which is sufficiently well repaired. So I can use the cargo bay's ability as my first action, which lets me take 1 card from the discard pile. And I will take the food rations that I threw out before.
You got it back.
Yep, so as we can see, I am now back on with that many cards. I would need 3 more actions to win from here, because I would need to look at the escape pod, patch the electricals, and then get into it. Or I could try to come down. So it's not enough to finish on this turn. And I actually want to get away from Stella's ability to steal cards from me in case she's got another one of those requisition forms. So with my other 2 actions, I'm going to move to maintenance, and I'm going to remotely repair life support using the maintenance effect to try to keep this escape pod intact. Okay.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you, sir. 12.
12. So the sensors take a hit, and I can move to an adjacent module. So that gets me even further away.
Wow.
In fact, it gets me far enough away from Stella unless she's got an EVA card.
Boo. All right, so I'm going to repair that. So I've got spacesuit. I'm going to repair that.
Yep.
Please put...
You will need 2 repairs to use it.
Please put 2. So that's
1.
2 actions to repair. And then 1 action is to get navigation codes.
Okay. I shall roll. I get an 8. So all that hard work.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got spacesuit.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now hopefully this will work for me. So I will try that patch electrical again. Do you have anything that can interfere this time?
I'm not going to use anything. I'm not going to say I have it or not. I'm going to say, well, I guess I don't have it. Otherwise I would do it now.
Alright, so patch electrical lets me set the fuse to A. And then for my second action, I'm going to jump in this escape pod with all of my rations, power pack and code.
No.
And as I fire it up, the fuse works and I escape. And the ship crumbles behind me.
You flushed me into space!
Leaving poor Stella floating away. And there we have it. That is a full play of Mission Catastrophe. So you can see the way this game interacts. And early on, it's pretty easy going, getting these pieces when everything is repaired. But very quickly, things will start to break down. These operations cards give you ways of interfering with each other's chances at victory.
I am just so close to it. I've got everything now. I just need to escape. Unfortunately, Tarrant, you went first. It was a close game, though.
It was. And I think it generally is a close game, and it ends up being that sort of Mexican standoff thing towards the end. And of course, you can't wait forever, because if no one wins before the ship completely collapses, then everyone loses. It's also a very different experience at 2 players versus higher. You can sort of move around a bit more safely in a 2-player game because you know there's only going to be 2 damages before you act again. But when you're getting up to those higher player counts, that's where you've got to really think about where do you position yourself between rounds, or how do you get that spacesuit to stay safe?
That's right. There are times where you staying at operation and trying to mine the deck, trying to get the right card is a good thing to do.
Yep.
You can get one of these, you can get, stealing card, stop card, and evacuation card if you've seen before.
Yes. There's also different modes of play that you can play with, and you can set the ship up into different configurations as well. We used the basic setup here, but all of the module tiles are separable, so you can set it up in whatever way you want, really. Okay, and so there we have it. There's our playthrough. And that's our pocket playthrough for Mission Catastrophe. We hope you enjoyed this video.
When we film this video, Mission Catastrophe is going to Kickstarter, so we'll put the link in the description below when it is live, so you can check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please help us by hitting that like button and subscribe to the Dash Tower if you haven't already done so.
And if you have any questions, comments or feedback, please write them in the comments section below.
Until next time!